In the previous video, we decoded Pi's tokenomics. We discovered the total supply of 100 billion and concluded that Pi's value positioning is not based on scarcity like Bitcoin, but on a big bet on a single word, utility. The entire economic model revolves around this idea that Pi will become valuable because you can use it to purchase real goods and services within a thriving ecosystem. That is a very powerful theory, but today we will move from theory to practice. We will begin a practical exploration journey. We will examine the current state of the Pi ecosystem, analyze the applications being built, and pose the most important question for Pi's future. Do these applications really create a sustainable and valuable economy? In the coming time, we will venture into the PyD browser to find out. This is Pi Decoded. Part 1. Theory. What is a utility-based ecosystem? Before looking at Pi's applications, we need to understand this concept. What is a utility-based ecosystem? The most typical real-world example is Apple's App Store. Apple does not create most of the apps you use. They built the platform, infrastructure, payment systems, and rules. The value of iOS is not just in the operating system itself. It lies in the millions of apps you can access through it. The apps provide utility, which makes the platform indispensable. In the crypto world, Ethereum is the leading example. Ethereum's currency, Ether, has value because you need it to do everything on the network, to use DeFi apps, mint NFTs, interact with smart contracts. The utility of the applications drives demand for the base coin. Pi Network is trying to replicate this model. The Pi core team is building the platform. The community is expected to build applications that create utility. The question is the platform they have built good enough for developers? Part 2. Platform. Exploring Pi browser and PIOS. The gateway into this ecosystem is the Pi browser. It is not just a web browser, it is a portal that allows users to access Pi applications, or Pi apps, in a secure environment. When you use an app through Pi browser, it can interact with your Pi wallet to make payments, all without giving your private keys to the app developer. For developers, the core team has provided a software development kit, SDK, and a developer portal. This allows builders to integrate Pi payments into their apps. An important part of their strategy is the Pi open source license, PIOS. This is very interesting. It allows community developers to use and build upon each other's code within the Pi ecosystem, encouraging collaboration. The idea is to accelerate development speed by allowing people to freely share their work. So, the basic infrastructure exists. A browser to access apps, a wallet for payments, and an SDK for developers. The platform is in place. But what about the applications themselves? Let's look at some typical cases. Part 3. Case studies. Analyzing key applications. To evaluate the ecosystem, let's analyze some of the most prominent community applications. Case 1. P2P Marketplace. PiChain Mall. What it is: the most popular peer-to-peer P2P marketplace where users can list goods and services in exchange for Pi. How it uses Pi. As a direct medium of exchange. This is the simplest form of utility. Current status: it is operational with thousands of product listings. However, it is an informal market with challenges in logistics and dispute resolution. Analysis: PiChain Mall demonstrates that a barter economy exists and shows organic demand. However, its ability to create new value is limited. It mainly serves as a platform for current pioneers to trade with each other. It establishes a basic foundation, but is not a killer app that can attract outsiders. Case 2. Freelance economy. Pi workforce pool. What it is: a freelance job marketplace, like Fiverr or Upwork, where people can hire skilled workers or find jobs and get paid in Pi. How it uses Pi. As a payment method for labor and services. This is a very powerful form of utility. Current status: This is a highly regarded app within the community with a well-functioning interface. Analysis. This is probably the most promising type of utility. If people can earn a living with Pi, it will give the coin a direct link to the value of human labor. This is much more sustainable than just exchanging goods P2P. The main challenge is attracting high-quality employers from outside to a platform where the currency has no established exchange rate. These cases show that utility ideas are real and some are very strong, but the entire ecosystem faces some huge challenges. Part 4. Challenges and the chicken and egg problem. Despite promising concepts, we must be realistic. The Pi ecosystem faces 3 major barriers. Challenge 1. Closed mainnet. This is the biggest barrier. While the closed system protects the network from outside speculation, it also means developers who build successful apps and earn Pi cannot cash out to pay for servers, marketing, or even their living expenses. This seriously discourages professional, well-funded development teams from joining the ecosystem. Challenge 2. The chicken and egg problem. This is a classic dilemma. Developers hesitate to invest time and money building high-quality apps for a currency with no established value. At the same time, users hesitate to spend their Pi on apps until there are high-quality options and the currency has a stable value. Which comes first? Great apps or a valuable currency? It is a very hard cycle to break. Challenge 3. Competition. Pi is not building in a vacuum. Other blockchain ecosystems like Ethereum and Solana have a huge head start. They have billions in venture capital, thousands of full-time professional developers, and established apps with millions of users. Pi, realistically, is trying to compete with these giants with a community-driven model. It is an uneven battle. After our practical exploration, what is the state of the Pi ecosystem? Our conclusion is, the ecosystem is in an early stage. The vision of a utility-based economy is very strong and theoretically sound. There are clear organic signs of a passionate community trying to build real use cases. However, the ecosystem is seriously hindered by the closed mainnet and the classic chicken and egg problem. It is a sandbox full of promising student projects, while professional developers are playing in other, much more lucrative sandboxes. The potential is there, but it is fragile. Its success is a long shot, and it depends almost entirely on the core team's ability to navigate the transition to an open mainnet without causing a collapse of the internal economy. We have looked at the applications. But what about the organization building the platform itself? In the next video, we will investigate the Pi core team's business model. How is the project funded? What is their corporate and legal structure? Is it a nonprofit, a startup, or something entirely different? To continue the journey into the heart of Pi Network, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for joining Pi Decoded.